Salvage divers Jake Lawson and Ben Carter had been mapping an underwater canyon off the Pacific coast when their sonar picked up something strange. A massive, perfectly round object buried deep in the rock face. It wasn't coral, it wasn't volcanic, and it definitely wasn't on any chart. Intrigued, they marked the coordinates and returned a few days later to investigate. Standing 250 feet into the dark blue, their lights cut through the silence until a shape appeared. A concrete dome, about 50 feet wide, smooth and seamless, covered in algae. It didn't belong there. Ran a hand over it and said, "This isn't natural. Someone built this." He circled it carefully. At the top, Ben spotted a metal hatch, almost hidden beneath barnacles. Pipes, no cables, no obvious purpose. It was as if the dome had been erased from history. Back on the surface, they reported their find, but the Coast Guard had no record of any underwater structure in the area. So, with permission from their employer, they decided to go back and open it themselves. Next morning, they returned with hydraulic drills and cutting tools. Targeting the hatch, Ben began drilling carefully through the concrete. For a few minutes, nothing happened. Then, suddenly, a burst of bubbles exploded from the drill site. The divers backed away fast. Water rushed out violently, shaking the dome as the pressure equalized. "It's hollow," Jake said, his voice tight. Once the flow subsided, they widened the hole and entered cautiously. The interior was pitch black. As their lights swept across the murky water, something huge took shape. A submarine, resting on the chamber floor. The hull was rusted, its insignia almost erased by time, but faint white letters still read, U.S. Navy. They exchanged a stunned glance. No records of a Navy sub lost in this region. Around the vessel were crates stenciled with faded military markings and radiation warning symbols. "It isn't a wreck," Ben muttered. "It's a vault." Using a hydraulic spreader, they pried open the sub's jammed hatch. The metal screamed as it gave way. Inside, the air was stale, the instruments shattered, everything frozen in silence. Then Jake's flashlight landed on something cylindrical, smooth, metallic, and secured in the center of the cockpit. His radiation meter began to tick. Ben's voice trembled. "Jake, that's a nuke." He stared for a moment, then bolted for the exit. Bursting to the surface, Jake ripped off his mask and shouted, "Get the Navy! Now!" Within hours, the site was surrounded by naval ships. The divers were debriefed and sworn to secrecy. No official record of the discovery was ever released. But deep beneath the waves, sealed inside that concrete dome, the submarine still waits, with a secret that was never meant to be found. You can subscribe for more amazing stories.